Welcome to ReliableInformationSystems.TV. My name is Klaus. Our topic today is 3 tips to keep application management costs low. Imagine the following situation. You are responsible for various applications. You are responsible to organize the IT operations and to make sure that you stay within your budget. Now your senior management comes to you. They tell you, listen, we are going to replace the customer relationship module. You do not have to do anything. The project is set up, it is funded, just wait until they are done and then you take over the responsibility. Now, is there anything you should do right now to make sure that the new application is not going to blow up your budget? If you are in such a situation, I have 3 tips for you. Tip number 1. Consider application management costs right from the beginning. It sounds so simple, and yet it is essential. The reason for that is there is no clear correlation between project costs and application management costs. Think about Linux or OpenOffice. You can get the software running on a few hundred computers. That doesn't need a lot of effort. Does it mean there are no follow-up costs? No. You need a support team and you need a team of admins so that you can address operational and technical issues and provide end-user support. The cost drivers for projects are usually license fees and the actual effort you need to implement and to configure components and interfaces. The cost model for application management is different. There you simply look at the number and complexity of components you've installed and the number and complexity of interfaces. It does not make a difference whether a component was developed by the project team or whether it is an out-of-the-box component which was just installed. Especially if it's out of the box, it might be even cheaper from the application management perspective because it might be much more mature than the newly developed software. Think about a project team using an open source workflow tool to connect, to invoke 10 or 20 free cloud services. Setting up such a solution might take a day, 2 days, 3 days. It's really, really cheap. However, on the application management side, things are different. Why that? Well, you have to monitor 20 interfaces. You have to deal with situations that interfaces change. We have to deal with situations that the free cloud services are partially down. And finally, also the open source workflow tool causes effort. We have to check for hotfixes, upgrades, and install them. What's the conclusion? If there is no clear correlation between project and application management costs, you have to make sure that the project looks also on the application management costs if there's a change request or feature request. Tip 2, build on company standards. This is closely related to the first tip. Your IT organization might have a support team set up for Oracle and MySQL database servers. Now a new application comes and they ask for Microsoft SQL Server. What's the consequence? Well, the consequence is you need a new support team. You need someone who maintains the software, checks for security patches, updates the software, and is there as a support if there are issues with the database server. And you need the support organization to be there potentially 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. This is expensive. So what can you do? When working on a solution architecture of a new application, it is important to build on existing standards and on existing support teams within your IT organization. This applies not only to databases, but to all other components. For example, messaging middleware, operating systems, web application firewalls, or many others. Tip 3. Get influence on the project. The interest of the project team and the project manager is often very simple. Deliver the project on time and on budget. Application management needs are private too. So think about a situation where the project team has two ways forward. Number one is using the company standard Oracle, and for this situation they would have to spend additional 10 to 15 days adapting the software. Or the second option is using the non-standard solution Microsoft SQL Server, for which they don't have to do anything extra. Obviously, there's a high risk now that the project team decides for the easy way, making sure that the project is on time and on budget without looking on the consequences for the application management in the next years. If you are the one who has to pay for the application management, there are two things you want to fight for right from the first second of the project. Number one, the architecture team of your organization gets involved into the project right from the start, and their input about standards has to be taken serious by the project. And number two is you want to get involved in all project decisions about feature and change requests, especially if they have a potential impact later on the application management costs you have to pay for. That's it for today. Thanks for your interest. I want to ask you now for 3 favors. Favor number 1, share this video with all your friends and colleagues. I hope you have at least 5 to 10. Number 2, sign up to this channel. And number 3, I want to read your thoughts and get input from you. So write a short comment, 2 to 3 sentences, and post the comment below this video. Thanks again for watching ReliableInformationSystems.TV.